share. Share screen. We're going to share the desktop. I'm going to minimize this. Let me just glance at the chat really quickly. Chat looks good. I'm going to close this out, and we're going to hop over. Let's actually do it like this. Okay. All right. So, since we have 4 meetings until our last meeting, we got today and Friday, and then Monday and Tuesday of next week. Again, the rhythm, we're going to probably just try to target about 3 sections a day, give or take, until we get to the end. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with section 1.1, and we're just going to go through as many as we can. We're asked to plot these points on the XY plane, tell in which quadrant or on which coordinate axis each point lies. Negative 6, 5, so if we go left 6 and up 5, that has to be A. That's the only one that's in quadrant 3. Quadrant 3. Oh, sorry. Quadrant 2. Totally sleeping. Okay. 0, 6. So this is the only one that's on the positive Y. Let's go with that one. Y-axis. So right 2 and down 2 is quadrant 4. That's A. Let's read this one, quadrant 4. Okay. I think we're okay for now. Find the distance between the points and the coordinates of the midpoint. So we're actually find the distance and the midpoint. So let me take some notes. Let me do paper, graph paper. This comes from section 1.1, graphs of equations. Okay. This is question number 2 from section 1.1, number 5. We want the distance and midpoint. P is going to be 6, 6. Q is going to be 6, 0. Okay. Let's hop over here. Let's see if that changed it for the people at home. It did not. Okay. Okay. All right, so the distance formula. Distance between 2 points, PQ, that's going to be the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And the square root of all of that. So whenever I have an ordered pair, I typically just go x1, y1, x2, y2. I just automatically kind of label them in that fashion. So then we're going to get the square root of, it's going to be 6 minus 6, that's not a 6, squared, plus 0 minus 6 squared. So then that's going to be 0, that's going to be the square root of 36, which is 6, right? And then the midpoint, let me finish this out. So then the midpoint is going to be the average of our x's, so x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, average of our y's, y1 plus y2 over 2. Okay? So in this example, that's going to be 6 plus 6 over 2, and then 6 plus 0 over 2. 6, comma 3. Okay, let's test these results. We got 6 and 6 comma 3. So let's hop here. Did that change? So the distance between P and Q, we got 6. And the coordinates of the midpoint, 6 comma 3. 6 comma 3. Okay. Let's see what we have in the waiting room. Okay. And let's check one other thing. Let's go like this. More than likely, we're gonna have to get back to you as far as the final because so I was able to confirm that again our last day, the last day of classes is going to be next Wednesday. So our last class is going to be next Tuesday, and my supervisor was saying that the department does want to do some sort of common final exam. So for right now, our final exam, you're just gonna have to wait until I'm gonna have to get back to you on the final. Right. So for right now, the things you're responsible for me, you got Alex, which is going to be 10% of our grade, and then Pearson is going to count as 90. And I'm going to scale everything to match the way it is in the syllabus outside of the final, right? But whatever's available on Pearson, I'm going to scale it in the way that it's listed in the syllabus. And for right now, the final is not on Pearson, but you're going to have to wait. I'm going to have to get back to you until I get an update as far as the final exam and what's going to be the game plan there. Yeah. No, originally it was, but then I spoke with my supervisor like yesterday, and he was saying that they want to do a common. I forgot that Morehouse does common final exams, so. But I definitely did say that it was on Pearson, and I need to remove the timing because I think right now it is scheduled to open up on Pearson. Matter of fact, while we're on this, since we're on the subject, let me try to do that now. Let's go here. Let me see. So I made my own version. And it's going to be this one, the 16th, right? So right now I'm going to unassign it. Because I don't know what Morehouse wants to do with the finals for right now. Okay, so for right now I just went on to unassign the final exam. And I'm going to get back to you as far as how we're going to do the final. Okay. And I think we got that result correct. Is it going now? Okay. All right. Let me have to open up another one. That's why I was like, let me finish this example. These things like to kind of stop working. Let's go preview. Let me do this. Let me check over here. So has it loaded? Okay. Let's check a few other locations. Okay. I think he was in there, but let me just check to make sure. He was in there. Okay. And I think we just did number 2. I know we lost our work because we closed it out or something. I think the distance is going to be 6. Let's try it again. X, Y, X, Y. I think it's going to be 5. Yeah, let's try 5 instead. Okay. Coordinates of the midpoint, 10 and 7/2 decimals. 10. Okay. Let's do 10, comma 3.5. Okay. I just did the same thing. That you saw me just do a moment ago. I just did it a little faster. I did it in my head for that since we were just coming back. For some reason, my computer wants to move slow. Okay. 3 points are collinear. One of the techniques is find the equation of the line through 2 points and then confirm that the third point is on the line. That's one technique, and that's more than enough. So let me take some notes. We're working on question number 3. This comes from 1-1-11. I'm going to put collinear. Collinear, question mark. And then we got 0, -10. We got -3, -24. And we have 2, 0. Okay. So if we want to know if they're on the same line, let me show my work. So if we want to see if they're on the same line, let's use the equation of a line. I'm going to use y equals mx plus b. Okay. So the y-intercept when x is 0, so b, we're given that b equals -10. So then we need the slope. I'm going to use the first and the last to find the slope because they just look easier. So then the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So then that's going to be xy, 0 plus 10 over 2 minus 0. So that's going to be 5. So then the equation of the line should be y equals 5x minus 10. All right? So now if we test each point, for instance, when x is 0, y is -10. When x is -3, nope, that didn't work, right? And let's check, the last one should at least work. So the first and the third work, but the second one does not. The second one doesn't work, so we will say no, they are not collinear. Are they collinear? We will say no. Okay, let me just go ahead and check it here. Okay, the suspense. Let me switch this over so these guys can see it. And then, oh, this is different? Okay. Let's see who's here. Okay. I'm going to admit. Let's do this one. Hopefully it won't be too terribly long. So this is number 4. It comes from 1-1-13. I'm going to say 0, -4, -3, -18, and 2, 6. I'm going to do the same thing. Let me show my notes. So I'm going to go here, show my notes. So then I'm going to say collinear, question mark. I'm going to use my y equals mx plus b. When x is 0, again, fortunately, we were given b off the rip. So then b equals -4. So then we need the slope. Again, slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Xy, so it's going to be 6 minus a -4 over 2 minus 0. That's going to be 5. Okay, that would just happen to be 5. So then we get y equals 5x minus 4, and then we just need to check that all of them work. So notice that when x is 0, y is -4. That one checks out. When x is -3, it's going to be -15, -19. So that's a no, right? And then let's make sure the last one works. 10 minus 4 equals 6. So yeah, this one is not on the line. Okay. So we would say no. Okay. So They're saying no. We're going to hit enter. Next question. Identify the triangle as isosceles. Okay. So basically, they're asking us to find the distance between created by the three line segments by these 3 points. So this one is question number 5. This comes from section section 1115. So we have that P is 4 comma 2, Q is 4 comma 8, and R 4 plus 3 root 3, 4 plus 3 root 3, comma 5. Okay, so they're essentially asking us to find the distance between each of these line segments. Let's go like this so I can show my notes. Okay. Okay. So first, let's start with the distance between P and Q. Again, distance formula, square root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, P and Q. So that's going to be 0 plus 8 minus 2 squared. That's going to be what? 6 squared is 36, so that's just going to be 6. Okay, let's find the distance between I'm going to do PR. Okay. So if we say x2 minus x1, that minus that, we get 3 root 3 squared plus 5 minus 2 squared. The first one is going to be 27. No, 9 times 3. Yeah, 27, right? 27 plus 9 is 36. So then that one's going to be 6 as well. Okay. We did PQ, PR, now let's do QR. Distance between Q and R. So then x2 minus x1, that minus that is going to be 3 root 3 squared plus 5 minus 8. 5 minus 8 is negative 3, squared is 9. So then it's going to be 27 plus 9 is 36. Let me think about this. How are we getting this? I see how. And 666, right? So, since all the sides have the same length, then that means we're dealing with an equilateral triangle. Okay. So, let's hop here. It should be equilateral. Okay. Is it a right triangle? We're gonna say no. For right triangle, we had to show a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared plus b squared is not equal to c squared here, so it's not a right triangle. That's it there. Let's see. So we started at 350. We go until 505. 50. That's 60 minutes. 20. Okay, let's just keep going. Next question. I don't know why. I just got super sleepy like all of a sudden. I did just eat right before this class, so that probably is making it harder. And I'm not really thinking about these. Like, I'm just doing them. But I'm not really thinking. Like, if I were thinking, it might be a little different. Graph. Okay, we can graph this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, click to enlarge the graph and make sure we're showing everything. Yeah, let's go. Why are you moving so slow today? Okay, highest exponent is 1, so it should be linear. Plot the first point that you would like. So the y-intercept is 7. So I'm going to start at 0, 7, which is right here. And then the second point, if the slope is 2, so if I go up 2 and right 1, that should be the second point. Let me hit save and check the answer. Next question. Plotting points. Okay, what's going to be the vertex? So when x is 4, right? When x is 4, y should be 0. So it's a v. Let me see. We flip it horizontally, then we move it to the left. 4. Let me think about this. I guess actually it's to the right left one. Yeah, because the left one doesn't make sense. So it should be A. So initially what I did, I considered like the transformations. So the transformations here, we got this negative, it's really like negative x plus 4, but so that's going to be the wrong form. So if we factor out the negative 1, that means we multiply the inside by a negative, and so that flips it horizontally, which doesn't change the image. Then we have a minus 4. It's going to be negative parentheses x minus 4. So then at minus 4 says that we go to the right 4 units. So only real change that we did, we took a regular absolute value and we moved it to the right by 4. Again, that was just a demo on transformations. Let me see. Hopefully we can get another one of those. Okay. So we're asked to graph by plotting points, and they gave us the x values that they want us to choose. So I'm going to click on this. It's going to be a parabola. The highest exponent is 2. The parabola opens downward because the leading coefficient is negative, and the y-intercept is 7. But we're going to choose this. It says by plotting points. So when x, let's do. Let's just do when x is 0, right? When x is 0, y is 7, right here. When x is negative 2, that's going to be 4. That's going to be a negative 12. That's going to be what? Negative 5. So negative 2, negative 5. Okay. And that first one should have been the axis of symmetry. So I'm going to choose 2, negative 5. Okay. I'm just going to save that, and I'm going to give that a go. It looks proper. I'm going to check the answer. Okay. Give me just a moment. Users. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. And I see there's something in the chat. As long as you got attendance credit, it's okay. And just tell them to try to get back in. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. So we're back. Let's see. Okay. Write the x and y intercepts of the. Oh, there was somebody in there. Let me check the chat real quickly. Yeah, okay. Let's see who's in there. I feel like it's been a minute. Okay, he's good. It's not a big deal. We're here. And admit. Okay. All right. So x. What are the x-intercepts? Let's make this. Let's blow this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4, 0, and 4. -4, 0, and 4. -4, 0, and 4. The x-intercepts. Okay. Then the y-intercepts. What is that? -2, 0, and 2. -2, 0, and 2. Okay. Without sketching the graph, find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. Okay. So for the x-intercept, we set y to 0. If we set y to 0, then x equals, what is that, 8? It says 8. Fraction, type an integer. Yeah, just 8, right? Okay. The y-intercept, if we set x to 0, we get 20. 20. Okay. Yeah, I think we're okay. Stop the seal. Conspiracies. Oh, stop the steal. Yeah, this is wild. Like, so I just got a notification that Facebook bans this group that's spreading election conspiracies called Stop the Seal. But I saw something where they were interviewing not Bezos, what's his name? Zuckerberg, I think his name is the CEO of Facebook, and he was like, in that last election, he didn't really take it serious because he never thought that like the effect that Facebook would have on society. And then after he realized like how it totally influenced this election that we had with Trump, the last one, so then he was like, okay, we have to start doing something about false conspiracy groups, like groups that are spreading this false stuff. Um, but they just came out of the beginning because I got a notification. And also on Netflix, I would definitely check out this documentary called "The Social Dilemma." It's very interesting. It's like about the effect that social media is having on the mental health of society. It's really interesting, and I think it's definitely worth a watch. Let me see. I got something here. It's definitely worth checking out. I gotta grab that. My battery was getting low. I had to find a charger. Okay. Let's see. Without sketching the graph, find the x and y intercepts. Okay. So for the x-intercept, we set y to 0. So we're going to factor. I might need to write this one out. Two numbers that multiply to -20, and add to -1, -5, and 4. So if it's x minus 5, that means that it's going to be -4 and 5 are 0. So -4, 5. Those are the x-intercepts. Okay. Then the y-intercept is going to be -20. We set x to 0. It gives us -20. Okay. Okay. Now we could do like to test for symmetry. I mean, there's this three-step process. I'm just gonna decide if it's even, odd, or neither. So I'm gonna look at this as a function, and I'm gonna do f of negative x. If we plug in f of negative x, we get back the original. So we have f of negative x equals the original. That's the definition of a function being even. A function being even means we have y-axis symmetry. Okay. So symmetry, I'm gonna do the same thing. If we do f of negative x, this returns the original, this is original, so it should be even. So then that's y-axis symmetry. X-axis, I want to say no. For x-axis symmetry, what we do is change y to negative y. If we can get back the original, then it would be yes, but we can't in this case, so it should be no. For y-axis symmetry, we change x to negative x and see if we get back the original, and this is actually a yes. And then origin, because we don't have the other two, this one will be a no as well. Because there's a theorem that says like, if we have two, we guarantee the third, right? So because we had one no, then we didn't have the third. Let me see if that works. That logic was a little bit mixed up, but the idea again, if we have two of them, we are guaranteed the third, and so we can't have two and not have the third, right? So since one was a no and one was a yes, that's why I knew the third one was a no. If that makes sense. Test the equation for symmetry with respect to the x, y, and origin. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do, let's see, that's going to be negative, negative. So this one is behaving like an odd function. So that's going to be origin symmetry. I'm going to say no on this one. Y, I'm going to say no. And then the last one should be yes. If I need to go into details or show details, let me know, and we can walk through details on that one, because I know I kind of did it all in my head. Okay. Center and radius, so this is already in the standard form of a circle. So the center is going to be negative 2, 5. Negative 2, 5. And then the radius is going to be 4, which is the square root of 16. Standard form of the equation of the circle satisfies this with that radius. So the standard form, basically x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, right? So this is going to be x minus negative 2 becomes x plus 2 squared plus y squared. Nope. Plus y squared equals 36. Okay. So the center is negative 2, 0. It could be this one. The radius is 6. This is the only one that's negative 2, 0 with the radius of 6. I don't know why they make the answer display like that. I don't know if it's like that on you all's end. I think for this, the answer just kind of displays properly. Which of the following is an equation of which of the following is an equation of the circle? With this center touching one point to the y-axis. So we went left 5 and up 2. And 1 point touching on the y-axis. So y-axis is over there. So that's going to be what? Y equals 2. So the radius, no. Left 5 and up 2, that means the radius is 5. So it's 25. So it has to be either A or D. X plus 5, I think it's this one. X plus 5, y minus 2, and the radius is 5. Okay. All right. The equation of the circle whose endpoints are this. I feel like I need to write this one down. I was trying not to. Let me write it down. All right. This is what, number... Oh, we're almost done with this one. This is number 18. So this is number 18. It comes from section 1-1, number 55. Circle. It says the endpoints of the diameter. So these are the endpoints of the diameter. Okay. We got -2, 4, and -5, -3, right? Okay, let me show my notes. So if we want the center of the circle, then we can find the midpoint, right? So our midpoint, average of the x's, so that's going to be -7/2. Average of our y's is going to be 1/2. And then we need the radius. So let's find the distance and cut it in half. Instead of using that midpoint because it has fractions, and just in case we made a mistake. So the radius is going to be the distance divided by 2. That's going to be xy, xy. So that's going to be -5 plus 2 squared plus -3 minus 4 squared. Square root. And then we're going to say all of that divided by 2. It's going to be 9 plus 49 square root over 2. 59, so 58. $58 is what, 2 and 29? So nothing simplifies down. Let's see how they want the answer. Okay. So that's the coordinates of the center. So then if we say x minus h, that's going to be x plus 7/2 squared plus x minus a half squared equals 58 divided by 4. There's a 1, 18, 18. We can at least divide everything by 2. 29/2, right? Let's see. So it has to be either, it should be either B or D. And then it looks like B, right? X plus 7/2 squared plus y. This supposed to be a y difference of x. Supposed to be y minus a half squared equals 29. Okay. Man, I am like so sleepy. I don't know why. Oh, I did eat. That's why. Oh, let's check this answer. All right. Center. I think they're asking us to do completing the square. I'm going to try to do it quick. Let me see. Divide by 2 is -4 squared is 16. So it seems like it's x minus 4. So then the center should be 4 comma something. The second one. comma 1. Let me try 4 comma negative 1. Okay. So we found the center, and then we need to address the radius. So if the 13 is on the right, we divide it by 2. So we got negative 4 squared was 16. So then 16 minus 13 is 3. And then that was a 1. So I think it's 4. So then I think that's r squared. So the radius should be 2. Okay. Oh, what time is it? Okay. Let's just keep going. Next question. Center and radius. Okay. Center. So there's no b. This one actually we need to divide everything by 3. So the x coordinate is 0. It looks like. So 0. The y coordinate. You divide by 3. That's a 2. 2 over 1 squared is 1. So I'm going to say negative 1. If we add 1 to both, if we added 1 on both sides, looks like the radius is going to be 1 as well. So x-intercept, we set y to 0. That's going to give us 0 for x. Let me look at it again. If we set y to 0, yeah, it's just 0. Type an ordered pair. So it looks like the origin, right? 0, 0. Then the y-intercept, we set x to 0. If we factor out the 3y, we're left with y plus 2. So it looks like it's 0 and negative 2. Ordered pair. So we still have the origin. And the other y-intercept is 0, negative 2. And if I need to go into any details, just let me know, because I am kind of just intentionally going all this in my head until someone asks. Let's see the time. Oof. Okay, we'll probably hang up for like a little bit more than 10 minutes. I'll try to, because I'm fading. Okay, so we finished that one. Let's try to get some practice with 1, 2. Okay, so we want to preview 1 and 2. Preview. Make sure this is showing. Okay. Find the slope of the line passing through the pair of points. Let's say the slope is undefined. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, xy, xy. So that's going to be 3 over 6, so that's a half. I think it's a positive 1/2. So if the slope is positive, it's gonna rise from the left to the right. Okay. So the slope, y2 minus y1, it was like a 0 over some number. Remember, 0 over a number that's okay, so that's going to be equal to 0. The line is horizontal. It stays flat from left to right. So slope is rise over run. We went, what, down 8 and right 4. So the slope is negative 2. Negative 2. Negative 2. Passes through the point. It says slope intercept form. Okay, they gave us the b and they gave us the slope, so we can actually just write the answer. 3 over 8 x plus 7. Nope, that's not a plus 7. Thank goodness. Plus. Oh, I made caps lock. I'm like, why is it not showing plus? Okay. And then graph. So I'm going to click on this thing here. The y-intercept, so we're doing a line. The y-intercept is 0, 7, which is this one. And then the slope is 3, up 3 and over 8. So 10. So 8, 10 is the second point. 8, 10. You better hit save. You check the final answer. Let's try that again. Save and check the final answer. Man, that food got me right. I totally have the itis. I am battling the itis. I ate like 2 big plates of like vegan food. It was so yummy. And I'm like so sleepy now. I'm just dreaming of my pillow. It's so funny. Find an equation in slope-intercept form of a line that passes through this point. Okay, this time they did not give us the slope-intercept. I mean the y-intercept. But we can still essentially do the same thing. Let me take some notes here. So this is question number 5. This comes from section 1.2 lines. 1.2 lines. This is question number 5. It comes from 1 to 11. So I'm just going to say find the line. Through, we got 6, 5, and the slope is negative 7 over 6. Okay. Mx plus b, right? Oh, yeah, you can't see what I'm writing. So let me show you my notes. Let me check something. Okay. So we're given a slope. We're given a point. So let's plug in that point. So y is 5. The slope is a negative 7 by 6. The x coordinate is 6. Only thing we don't know is the y-intercept. Notice that these guys cancel each other out. If we add 7 to both sides, then we get b equals 12, right? So then the equation of the line is going to be negative 7 by 6 x plus 12. Okay. We should check it. When x is 6, that's a negative 7, we get 5. Okay, and the slope is there. So we get a negative 7 by 6. I'm going to pop this back over here and test our answer. Y equals slope-intercept. Negative 7 over 6x plus 12. Negative 7 over 6x plus 12. All right, let's keep it going. Then we want a graph, so I'm going to click here. We're talking about a line, so I'm going to click on this one. The y-intercept is 12. And then the slope is negative 7 over 6. So that's going to go where? To 5. And then 6, 5, right? 6, 5. That's weird. 6, 5. Okay. Let's hit save. And check our answer. Okay. We'll go to the next one. Use the given coordinates to find an equation in slope-intercept form. It's a line that's vertical, passing through these points, right? What's our slope? xy, 8 minus 0. So it's going to be, the slope is going to be 1. And the y-intercept is 8. slope-intercept form. So y equals, it should be y equals x plus 8. Now we can check it before we submit it. When x is negative 8, y is 0. When x is 0, y is 8, which is what we have. So we can confirm those. Next question. Find the equation in slope-intercept form that passes through the point and has the given slope, right? Negative 2, 2. So that's just going to be the y-intercept of negative 2. So it's just going to be y equals negative 2. Y equals negative 2. So horizontal line through y equals 2. So is this. Sorry, y equals negative 2. It's here. And just aim. Oh, almost clicked in the wrong spot. Save. Check the answer. Okay, you see the time. Let's try to go for a solid 5 minutes, and then we'll call it a day. Write the equation of the horizontal line through this. So that's going to be y equals 1. All right, if we're talking about a horizontal line, that's y is always whatever the y value is. All right. Okay. Find the equation of the line with the given slope and intercept. Slope is this, so that's going to be y equals 6. 6. Okay. Find the equation in slope-intercept form. Intercept is negative 4. Y-intercept. So we have the y-intercept. We need the slope, right? Y-intercept is 20. So if we go down 20, so it should have a positive slope. 20 divided by 4 is going to be what? 5. So it should be 5x plus 20. Y equals, and we're going to check. Y equals 5x plus 20. Let me see. X-intercept. So when x is negative 4, we get 0, which is what we expect. When x is 0, we get our 20. We're going to go with this answer. Okay. Equation of the line contains a given point and is parallel to the given line. Okay, so that means it's going to be a horizontal line through y equals negative 3. So this is going to be y equals negative 3. Okay. Slope-intercept equation of a function whose graph satisfies this condition. The graph of f passes through this, but is perpendicular to that one, right? So if that's a vertical line through negative 10, ours is going to be a horizontal line through negative 6. So that's going to be y equals negative 6. Okay, let's see the time. Man, that was the longest, like 3 minutes or whatever time that was. Decide whether the given lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So parallel, perpendicular, and neither basically is saying compare their slopes, right? Let's see, xy, xy. 4 minus negative 6 is going to be 10 divided by 4, which is 5 over 2. That's also going to be 10 xy, xy. 10 negative 4. That one's a negative 5 over 2, so it's neither. They don't have the same slope, nor are the slopes negative reciprocals of each other. Okay, we should have got another one. Rewrite the given equation in slope-intercept form. So basically solve for y. Y is going to be negative 7x minus 9. Y equals negative 7x minus 9. Okay. The y-intercept is negative 9. And the slope, let's see, we normally go down 7 and right 1. So the reverse, I'm going to go left 1 and up 7. Okay, hit save and check. Let me make sure that was right. Let's try this again. The y-intercept let's see. Y-intercept is negative 9. It needs to have a negative slope. So normally we go down 7 and right. So now let's go left 1 and up 7. This x value, this y value is negative 9, so this should be negative 2. I think I just clicked. Clear. Can I delete this other one? See, here's our negative 9, back 1, and up 7, we should be at negative 2. I'm going to go with this one. Okay. Ooh. So a couple more. Slope-intercept form. If we subtract and divide, I think we get negative 2, y equals negative 2. And then if that's y equals negative 2, that's going to be a horizontal line through y equals negative 2. Click here, basically like this, and then any other point on that line, I'm going to hit save and check. Okay. Two intercept form. Oh, let me see, x divided by a, what is a? Through these points. This form is called the two-intercept form of equation. So we can just read the x-intercepts, the intercepts. Okay, let me see. That was going to require more thought than I want to do for the allotted time. Let me think about it. Two-intercept, write the equation, write this equation and the and read off the x and y intercepts. So, okay, what we can do, x-intercept, we set y to 0, so that's going to be what? 4, x equals 4. Let's do x divided by 4. X over 4, nope. X over 4 plus, we want to do y over, what's our y-intercept? We set x to 0, looks like it's an 8. Okay, that's it. Let's go with this. Okay, all I did was find the x and y intercepts, and the x-intercept was our a, and the y-intercept was our b. Okay. The x-intercept, it should just be 4, and the y-intercept is 8. All right, I think that's it. Let's go like that. All right, guys, so if there aren't any burning questions, we're going to go ahead and end the session here, and we'll meet back up tomorrow at our usual time. All right, guys, take care. Week 15. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 15 minutes.
My milk is still sitting out there. My cabbages.